CHRIS180's purpose is to heal children and strengthen families. It's all around keeping children safe in their homes and servicing whatever that family needs in order to make them self-sufficient and resilient. And what we've done on the Westside is really take a big picture look. We are the lead agency at the At Promise Center, and we opened that in 2017. And to be perfectly honest, we didn't know what we were getting into. At Promise was started as a diversion program because of juvenile crime rate. But as you opened and began to see the needs of the Westside, At Promise had to do more than just diversion. And that's where it's grown into intensive behavioral health services, primary health needs getting met, after school programming, and really looking at housing issues. That wasn't the intent, but that's where it's grown.
If you're 12 and up, instead of just constantly sending you home, OSS, send you home, and then come back and nothing has changed. Connecting them to the At Promise Center, connecting them to actual concrete services. The way that we're going now is more restorative. It's more, okay, let's figure out how do we work through this? How do we get you what you need so you don't have to keep getting suspended? We get a lot of referrals that on paper look like ADHD, ODD kind of behaviors, but what we're finding across schools, across districts is so much trauma. We have a lot of kids who come to us already with a diagnosis of ADHD, for instance, and then when we dig a little bit more about when did this start, what's the time frame here, really the diagnosis, if they meet full criteria, becomes PTSD.
When we opened At Promise, we noticed there were other gaps of services. One of the major gaps included behavioral health services for adults. And so then we connected with our adult behavioral health services and our community health workers. And our community health workers, they're amazing. They're more like social workers, but they're also focused on primary health.
We work with the residents one-on-one to help them get to a doctor, help them get food if they need food. We work with the At Promise Center staff there. We also help get residents connected to Westside Works if they need to work on job training and employment. And we know that primary medical needs also sometimes go hand in hand with behavioral health needs. And so we're really excited to be able to offer not only a connection to primary medical homes, but also to behavioral health. We've really seen the Westside Empowerment Center be able to help people have a new lease on life.
Where I'm at today, I say I'm still coping. And they still continue to work with me, getting the therapy that I need, make sure that I'm on medication and, help me, work through the domestic violence because it still impacts. It's never just stopped. CHRIS180 means family because I didn't have my family, but I had CHRIS180. At the end of the day, nobody has to battle with it but yourself. So, speaking to anyone, if you need this help, go get it. CHRIS180, this center will help you. Just walk in. If you need me, I'll walk in with you.
That whole model of taking and how we all work together, whether you're a provider by yourself or you partner with other providers, is really taking one community at a time in Atlanta and saying, how do we make it safe and resilient? CHRIS180 is taking a look at the entire community and figuring out in multiple places where do we fill that gap.